Hey guys, how are you all doing today? Hopefully you had a good spring break last week and a good Easter on Sunday. We're going to jump right back into this and we're going to do 11 through 20 today. So I'm going to start in and just work through these. So if Tom traveled 45 miles in 12 hours and Jim traveled 4 times as far in a third of the time, what was his average speed? So what we need to know about Jim is how far did he go? Okay, so Tom went 45 miles and Jim traveled 4 times as far. So if we need to know what 4 times 45 is, we can just type it in. It's very simple. So Jim went 180 miles, and he did it in a third of the time. Okay, so Tom did it 12 hours, so a third of the time would be 4 hours. Okay, what I've set up over here on the right side is the exact way to find speed. It's the miles divided by the hours. So if I do 180 and divide it by 4, 45 miles an hour. Okay, so D would be the correct answer on this one. Moving down to number 12. Okay, wants to know what's the sum of angle A, B, and C. So A's out here, B, and C. There's a rule for this. I'm not sure if anybody would remember it, but there's an easy way to come up with this using a test-taking strategy because these are straight angles. So A and 43 should add up to be 180. So if I do 180 and subtract 43, it's 137 degrees. So I know out here I got 137 degrees. B and 81 should add up to be 180, sorry. So if I do 180 minus 81, that gives me 99 degrees. But I don't know the angle over here inside C, but it should be easy for me to find because 43, 81, and that angle should all add up to 180. So I'm going to do 180 minus 81 minus 43. That's 56. So now 56 in C should be 180. So I'll do 180 minus 56. Just to let you in a little secret, it's the other two angles added together. So the S out here is 124 degrees. Simple adding them up, I get 137 plus 99 plus 124. That gives me 360 degrees. Now, there is a rule for that. If you don't know it, then you just don't know it. This is the best way to go at it since using your test-taking strategies. Whoa. All right, so let's take a look at number 13. 13 through 15, so all the problems on this page work with this data up here. So it says a poll of 200 students was taken before Center High School changed its name of its mascot. 200 students indicated which of the 4 mascots they wanted to vote for. All right, and so the results are down here. What percent of the students chose Spartans in the poll? So Spartans is 30 out of the 200 people that voted. So if I do 30 and divide it by 200, that's how I would find a percentage and turn that into a decimal. It gives me 0.15, so 15% of people chose Spartans. Number 14, if the information in the table was converted to a pie chart and then the central angle of the sector for lions was measure how many degrees. So basically, here's what I have to do to convert it into a pie chart. There's going to be 4 sections, right? So Spartans, lions, gophers, and knights, okay? The more people there are, the more votes there are, the bigger the piece. So, like, Gophers is going to be the biggest because it's 80 people voted for it. Okay, so probably my best option here will be to figure out what the percentage of it is. So I'm going to use lions because that's what they're asking for. I'm going to find the percent of lions that people chose. So 0.2, so 20%. All I really need to take into consideration here is what's 20% of the 360 degrees that are available. Okay, so I'm going to do 360 and multiply it by 0.2. So 72 degrees would be used for lions in this case. Okay, so 72 would be our correct answer here. On number 15, if the poll is indicative of how the 3,000 students at the school would actually vote, what would be the best estimate of number of votes that the Knights would receive? Okay, so Knights receive 50 out of 200. A little bit of quick math will tell you that that's 25%. Okay, so 25% of the population is going to vote for Knights. Let's just figure out what 25% of 3,000 is. So 3,000 times 0.25 gives me 750. So D, 750 people are likely to vote for Knights. Okay, so here's a prime example of how important percentages are on the ACT. Okay, we used them on 3 straight examples right here. Number 16. Total surface area of a rectangular solid shown below is the sum of all the areas of the 6 sides. Which is the total surface area in square inches? Your classic example. Don't read too much. Just figure out what the question is. What's the solid total surface area? So I need to find the area of the front here. So 3 times 4 would be 12. And I have 2 of those. Okay, because I got one on the back too. So 12 times 2, that would be 24. All right, the area of the side over here, it's 4 deep and 3 tall. So I got 12 here too. I'll multiply it by 2. I got 24 again. All right, now the top, all right, it's 4 long and 4 wide. So this up here is 16, and I got 2 of those. That's 32, right? Yep, 32. I don't know why I typed that in. So I'll add 32 plus 24 plus 24. That gives me 80. So J is the surface area of that solid. All right, it's number 17. Which of the following is the slope of a line parallel to the line y equals 2 over 5x plus 7 in a standard xy coordinate plane? This question is very quick. This is a time saver. Okay, they want to know the slope of a line parallel to it. 2 lines that are parallel have the exact same slope. So 2/5 x would be C 2/5. Number 18. Circular lamp base has a radius of 2.5 inches. When placed on a flat table, approximately how much of the area does the lamp base cover in square inches? Okay, so all we're saying here, we got a circular base. That's one of the worst circles I've ever drawn. We got a circular base. It has a radius of 2.5 inches, and they basically want to know what's the area of it. Well, the good thing is we know the area formula for a circle. It's A equals pi r squared. Okay, remember, if you want the circumference formula, move the 2 to the front, 2 pi r. Okay, so I'll do pi times 2.5 squared. I'm going to type that in. 2.5 squared times pi gives me 19.63, okay, which happens to be J. All right, number 19. What is the largest integer less than square root of 42? Okay, the problem with this question is, and what they think is going to stump you is, there's no square root of 42, okay? It's not a whole number. Let me rephrase that, okay? But you're smart enough to know, just type in the square root of 42. That's going to give you 6.48. So this is 6.48. They want to know what's the biggest number in the options that's smaller than that. So I'm going to go with B, 6. One last one. I got this picture a little bit big. I was trying to cut off half the rest of the page. So a lot of information here. You know I don't like to read, so I'm going to go down and get the problem. If only 1 gallon cans of paint are available, which of the following is the minimum number of cans that Amanda needs to buy to paint her bedroom walls? So we're looking for how many cans of paint does she need. Let's go back and get some more information. She plans to paint 4 walls in her bedroom with 1 coat. So the walls are rectangular and each wall measures 12 feet by 14 feet. Let's figure out the area. So 12 times 14. So each wall is 168 square feet. Okay. She will not paint either of the 3 foot by 4 foot rectangular windows. She will not paint either the 3 foot by 4 foot rectangular window in a bedroom or the 3 foot by 7 foot rectangular bedroom door. So 3 foot by 4 foot would be 12. So we'll take 12 off. 3 foot by 7 foot would be 21. So we'll take 21 off. Okay. But we have 4 of those 168s. So I'll do 168, multiply it by 4. I'm going to take off 12, and I'm also going to take off 21. So 639. Okay. 639 is the total area that she's going to have to paint. So she knows that each gallon of paint will cover between 350 and 400 square feet. So if only 1 gallon of cans are available, how many is she going to need? Okay, so let's say 400. Okay, so 1 of those gallons is going to get her to 400, but that's clearly not enough. 2 of them is going to get her to 800. Okay, 800 would be plenty because we only have 639 that we need to cover. So I feel like 2 gallons of paint would be plenty for her. Okay, so hopefully you did well on these. Hopefully you're getting better. I know this isn't the ACT prep that you were looking for, but it's the best we got right now. So if you have any questions, let me know.